all these inanimate objects with feelings. Now I'm like, don't hurt the baby, Waymo. It doesn't know any better.
That's what I was thinking.
Poor baby.
Help me, human attack.
Exactly.
Woody Show.
And we are into another new hour. Insensitivity training for a politically correct world. It's Monday morning. It's June 9th, 2025. I'm Woody. That's Greg Gorey.
Hi, Woody.
We got Menace. Gina Grad is here.
Good morning.
There's Sammy.
Morning.
Seabass is here. We've got Morgan. She's taking your calls. 877-44-WOODY. You can send us a text over to 22987. Weekend cheers and jeers. We'll start with Morgan. How was your birthday weekend, and how were the UFC fights?
Oh, guys, the fights were amazing. You
Yeah?
missed some good ones. And then my birthday weekend was great. It was funny. Saturday, I actually went to training, and then I look out the window, and I'm like, who's that guy? I recognize him, and it's Vaughn.
Nice.
Vaughn
Vaughn just happened to be going next door to brunch, so I finished training and went and got real drunk.
So you were inside of a gym fighting.
Yes.
And Braun is like
Vaughn.
is tiptoeing through the tulips to brunch.
Right next door.
I combined brunch and Vaughn.
Yeah.
Braun.
That's his new name.
He was brawning out.
Yeah.
Like, man, I quit drinking, but God really wants me to get drunk today.
Nice.
So that's what I did.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Vaughn, how was brunch?
Oh, we got so lit.
I saw some videos that looked like it.
Question, Vaughn, is there a day, like, do you ever give yourself like a full day where you're either not drunk and or high?
Like a reset.
Detox.
Yeah.
I haven't had a tea break in a long time. I don't drink that often, so maybe like once, twice a week I'll drink. But
Yeah.
weed is every day, all day.
Every day.
Well,
Yeah.
what's a tea break? I've not heard of that.
A THC break.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's the lingo.
Sorry, I'm not cooler.
It takes way too long to say THC. Yeah, right.
But yeah, it's probably been like a few years since I've taken like a week or so off.
Forget a week. When's the last time you've gone a day without weed or alcohol?
Probably being sick, like at some point in the last like year or so.
Probably.
Okay,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah,
Maybe.
you're not in the
Maybe.
mood.
Yeah,
I mean,
probably
who's to
still smoking
remember?
I'm sick, though, because, you know.
Yeah. Hey, what did Morgan? What did Cabo do for your birthday?
We went to get sushi, and then
Yeah?
he actually
Perfect.
took the day off on Friday from work so we could hang
He
out.
did.
That
Nice.
was really sweet of him.
He took the day off for your birthday.
I know. I didn't ask him to. He was like, "Yeah, I'm not working
Wow.
today."
Oh, that's so nice.
All right, and then you went for sushi.
Sushi, yeah. I had a nice little nap on the couchy. Like what do you call it, Greg?
Lasers on the
Yeah.
couch.
Yeah, when your
Lasers on
lasers on the couch.
Yeah. Did he get you any gifts or anything?
I mean, he paid for my sushi, but
I like that.
That's all the gift you need.
Yeah.
No card.
He got me a card. Yes.
Oh.
Oh.
See, we got to end.
That sounds like
Gotta
a
have a
perfect
card.
birthday.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to argue for the ending of card culture.
Oh
No.
I love
No
cards.
way.
Cards
They're
are great.
super
Such an
sentimental.
obligation.
I mean, was there a gift card best. inside?
yeah.
No.
You can get somebody a gift, and you can acknowledge their birthday via phone call, text, or in person.
Yeah.
But we need to end the whole card thing.
You don't
If
like
it's a
opening
friend,
a card?
Though, you're not going to send a
And-
gift to a random friend. A card is all they need.
Unless the card has a gift card as a
It's a
vessel.
waste, right?
You
Menace?
know?
Yeah.
Well, that's your thing.
Yeah, it's like
Such
celery.
Such a disappointment.
Celery is only good when it's a vessel for peanut butter.
Yeah,
That's
does it-
true.
Does it
Right.
have like a check inside, some cash, something?
Something. Otherwise,
What a-
it's useless.
What a
Just
waste.
Hold it up in the air, see if
It's like,
something falls
words,
out.
words. Oh, I love you too. Who cares?
Ooh, feelings and sentiments.
Yeah, wow.
Sammy, weekend cheers and jeer.
My cheers is to Peacocks because I went somewhere for lunch.
Wait, like actual peacocks?
Actual peacocks. I went somewhere for lunch where they had wine and other stuff. It's outdoors. And they have peacocks that roam the property. And they are so pretty. When I was looking at it, it looked fake. When you see it in real life, their colors are so vibrant and bright and all of their feathers are so perfect. It's like, damn.
And did they like shake them? Did you see them like?
I didn't see that. No.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
We're incorporating animals into everything now. There's restaurants with peacocks wandering
Yeah.
around. There's goat yoga.
Yeah, I love
Oh,
goat
yeah.
yoga.
Right? Like people, there's cat cafes.
Puppy yoga,
yeah.
cat cafes.
Yeah.
But
It's such a
people
nice feature.
who have peacocks in their neighborhoods hate them because they're
Oh,
loud.
yeah.
They are loud.
So-
yeah.
I took a tour of Wayne Noon's house once. And it had a ton of peacocks on
Yeah.
it. And then there's peacocks outside on the other side of the wall, the fence of his house. and neighbors are complaining about it, and he's like, "Oh, those aren't my peacocks. Those are the kids of my peacocks."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't
So
take
he's like,
responsibility
I don't
for
take
them.
responsibility because they were complaining about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're so loud.
What about your jeer?
My Jeers is to a show called Overcompensating on Amazon Prime.
Huh.
I don't know how I started watching it, but it's about a guy who goes to college as a freshman and he's gay, but he's in the closet. And so it's sort of like all the things that he's thinking or thinks people are thinking about him. And he wants to come out, but he's trying to pretend that he's straight. And it's very strange. And I didn't like it, but I couldn't.
Strange how? Like a fever dream watching it? Like, you know those shows where, like...
That's Severance.
Is this supposed to be what's actually happening, or is this
Yeah.
what's being imagined that is happening?
It's both. It's what's happening and it's what he's imagining is happening. And then it's also, for whatever reason, in what's actually happening, all the straight guys are like, hell yeah, get some vagina tonight. Like, it's so vulgar.
Greg and I say.
Somebody grab that drop.
Oh yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying, Greg?
Was there a
High five.
secret camera
It's like
where Woody and I are hanging out?
Yeah.
It's
We
like-
talk about hot chicks constantly.
So it's like for reals college.
Well, Greg and I do that, like, because there are those dudes who, like, everything's got to be like cold beer, hot chicks.
chicks. Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, bro. High five, man.
Or
that's
that
where the
one-
whole 69 joke comes from. Like, oh yeah, 69.
Just
Like,
way over the top.
Are we that excited about 69?
Or the one
Or-
actual
No.
sentence I heard from a mutual friend. I love going to the movies. The only thing better than going to a movie is going to a movie with a hot chick.
Yeah.
It's like so 80s.
This
Yeah.
person really said that.
Oh,
That
yeah.
would be a line in
With
this
a
show.
hot
Yeah.
chick.
It's called overcompensating.
It's called Overcompensating. Yeah. And I hated it, but I couldn't stop watching it. It was one of those. So
Is
then
it
I was
British?
No, nothing. No, I don't think
British.
so.
Okay.
Yeah. Menace weekend cheers and jeers.
So I was kind of like Vaughn, and I just hit the vape pen all weekend and built Legos, and I became like so addicted because on Friday I bought a Lego set, and then I finished it, and I was like, oh, I need another one. So I had it DoorDash to my house. It cost $1,000.
Wait. You
What?
DoorDashed a Lego set?
Yeah,
You
from
couldn't be
Target.
bothered to go get it yourself.
Well,
do that?
because
He was
I
all
was
high.
Yeah,
He
I
was
was high.
high as F.
I'm not gonna drive.
You're so responsible.
I've never heard of door dashing non-food items.
You haven't?
Yeah, you
No.
can do that. Yeah, and
Wow.
then
That's the thing.
Huh.
at the s-
Welcome.
Okay. I'm here.
At the
Modern
s-
life.
At the same time, I was watching a bunch of comedies. I watched Theo Vaughn. Shane Gillis has a TV show called Tires that's on Netflix that was really good.
That's pretty good.
And then also I watched a Dale Earnhardt documentary.
Noise.
Man, you must have been high.
Yeah, it was really cool. And then
Gina, you're aware of Amazon? Have you heard of Amazon?
Amazon,
Greg
like
just
the
discovered like a
forest?
year and a
Yeah,
half
it's pretty
ago.
good.
Yeah.
Let me know if you
Okay.
need help with that.
yeah, but
I'll
if you want
Google
things
it.
faster, you can DoorDash it.
Right.
And then so I think my jeers was I ran out of Legos because every day I started buying a new set. And I think you know how you always say I get fixated on things.
I was just going to say.
Yeah, and then I'm just like, wow. In this series of sets, there's 10, and I've only completed 5.
Okay.
So
What's
now I
the
keep on
series?
thinking about F1
Oh,
cars.
okay.
So, F1's another example of something
Yeah.
that Menace has become fixated on.
It's all or nothing with him.
But even, we'll go back over the years that we've known Menace. It's usually around food. So he'll get like stuck on a particular, like, I like chicken, right? Like, but everything's chicken. And he goes to the same chicken spot multiple times in a day.
Oh, wow.
And he'll do that for weeks. And then he's off of that.
Yeah.
And then he's on to the conveyor belt sushi place.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he goes there multiple times in a week.
Uh-huh.
But I
And then
always
he does
need to,
that
like,
for weeks on end.
I always need to complete something.
Yeah,
you
and then
know?
he gives up on that. It becomes something else.
Yeah.
Well, now
Now
on the
Legos.
cruise that we went, like he brought
Yeah.
Lego
Oh,
sets,
right. Packed
Yeah.
them.
Built them.
and
Brought
he
them.
and dumbass Tyler were building Lego sets
In the
on
bar.
the cruise in the bar
Yeah.
on the cruise.
It
And
was
we're like,
fun.
Where are these Lego sets? I thought they bought them on board
No.
No.
or in one of the ports.
Yeah, he
no,
packed them.
no, they packed them. And
Now
brought
that
them.
wasn't my idea to bring it on the cruise, but I said, you know what? I'm down.
Okay, well, so now he's obsessed with the Legos.
And then
Okay.
you ended up giving those to
To the bartender, and he almost cried.
Oh.
So you
Yeah.
think he still has him, or do
Yeah.
you think he just pretended to be excited?
No,
about
no,
it?
no.
He was
got,
legit
like,
excited.
He got
about
kind
it.
of emotional about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because he was telling us like he was from a really poor part of Mexico, and he didn't have toys when he was a kid. It got into like this really emotional story. I'm like, oh damn, I didn't really think
Yeah.
it was gonna be that big
Oh,
a deal. I just thought
nice.
you're like, hey, this would be something cool for
Yeah.
your cabin on
Yeah.
board.
So
Nice.
the jeers is that you ran out of Legos
Yeah,
and had to
'cause,
DoorDash more.
yeah. Well, because by Sunday I was on my third set, and I'm like, wow, I just don't have enough time to do more. I have 5 more sets to do, and then there's like 3 more after that, and then I could probably be done.
Oh, wow.
Unless if I move on to another series.
Are you going to be displaying them or anything?
No, I hide them. Greg would be so disappointed if I displayed them.
Display case?
So, on average, how long does it take to do one piece?
Well, here's the freaking thing, right?
Depends, because they're different.
There's different
complexities.
sizes and whatnot.
Number of
no,
pieces.
they're all the same size, Greg.
Oh.
They all look the same, but
The ones
they're
that
not.
you're doing.
Yeah, so they're all the F1 sets are about $30 each, and but they're all built different, which upsets me because I'm like, oh, I can bang these.
What do you mean
out
they're
super
built
quick.
different?
Every little like piece
Brick.
and brick, it's like not built the same. Like the sides of the cars and all kinds of
So
stuff.
it's like starting over each time. There's no
Yeah.
muscle memory.
But isn't the doing it half the fun?
yeah. It's
So it's not like you want to rush through it.
I want to see how fast I can complete it.
Yeah, like a F1 pit stop.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Change those tires.
Oh wait, going back real quick to the Dale Earnhardt thing. Okay, so I know he's an incredible driver, everybody loves him, but like this guy pretty much just did the pit maneuver on everybody constantly.
Oh.
So if
That's
you
a
don't
dick
know
move.
if you don't know what the pit maneuver is, it's like police do it in police chases
Yeah.
where they just like tap the
Spin you out.
yeah, they tap the back of people's cars and spin them out. He was doing that all day on the track, and like at 200 miles an hour.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It was wild.
Oh, he's a really good card player. He counts cards.
Yeah. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know.
But was that, I mean, I don't know how racing works. Is that against the rules?
Right. Do they have penalty flags?
I mean, it's
Because you would think he would have been disqualified.
Yeah,
I
ejected.
thought so too. They didn't really get into it because his son was the one that made the documentary, so he's not going to make his dad look terrible. But
Oh,
like,
yeah. Good point.
yeah, but like I would think he would get kind of banned or
Hold on, let's see. Hold on,
suspended.
hold on, because it's going to pick up everybody else's words. Hold on 1 second.
All right.
Is pitting somebody illegal in NASCAR?
I don't know, dude.
Let's
but
see.
It was wild.
It says, nope, pitting someone in NASCAR is not illegal per se. In fact, the bump and run, a mild version of pitting, is kind of a legendary move in NASCAR lore.
There you go.
Bump and run.
If you mean pitting like spinning another car by tapping the rear quarter panel, blah, 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 then it's not explicitly banned. But
Look
if
down.
NASCAR
Yes.
thinks it was intentional, dangerous, or egregious, they can and do penalize drivers for it. Anything from position drops to fines and suspensions.
Okay, so
Okay.
it could just be an accident.
It's not an
cause much
accident. It's
damage.
like
No, he
It's just
doing
bad
that-
form.
He was doing that on purpose.
Now you give it a nice name, like the bump and run.
Yeah.
Like the bump and the run.
That's not as bad as pitting. Just a little bump and run.
Yeah, just a little bump and run.
he was bumping and running all day, every day.
He stay bumping and running.
I'll share. I'll share a cheer,
Okay.
and everything kind of ties together in a weird way.
All right.
Cheer is that I got to fly with my son for the first time.
Oh,
really?
sweet.
yeah,
Nice.
I took him with me.
How'd that go?
It was great. And part of my thought process on this was exposing, and I always try to expose, the kids to different things to hopefully maybe inspire some kind of like interest or
yeah.
passion.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because I've seen so many kids at the flight school. And there's one kid who's just turned 17 and you can't get your license until a certain age or whatever. But like he did all the training beforehand. So the minute he was old enough, he got all his licenses and his ratings and everything else. Boom, 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 knocked them all out.
Damn.
Oh, that's crazy.
And this kid's going to be going to the airlines. So
Wow.
this kid by 23 is probably going to be working for an airline,
Wow.
Sweet.
which is insane. But like as a parent, you're always trying to expose, your
Yeah,
kids to
new
different
stuff.
things. Try out soccer. Try out
Right.
this thing. Have you tried playing an instrument? Have you tried different things just to try to like see what they're,
they're
See what
interested
they
in?
take. Yeah.
I don't know if that happened, but he really had a good time, and it was cool for me to be able to share,
Yeah.
what I've
Your
been doing
passion.
with him.
Yeah.
Right. And now my daughter wants to go, which I'll take her at some point.
Nice.
So there was that. And then my jeer in general is just to parenthood. Because again, parenting, your kids, you can love your kids and hate being a parent because the parenting is hard. And when you have to make decisions and you have to do things and, things that aren't fun, like
Yeah.
nobody wants tension in the house. Nobody wants to punish anybody. Like nobody gets excited about, oh man, I get to take something really cool away from my kids.
Yeah, because you're not
Like,
an ass.
Man, that part sucks because like I had such a great day just in general with my son. I took him to hammer and nails.
Wow.
We got haircuts. I got him his
Gross.
first like pedicure,
Nice.
which he's was worried it was going to turn him gay, but I
Yeah.
said no worries, son.
It's all
Don't
good.
worry.
Yeah.
And
I've done it and look at me.
Then we went out for like pizza after. We had a great
Aw.
day.
Yeah.
We had a great day. But then there's this thing hanging over where there's still like, the fallout and the aftermath. I was trying to show him like, hey man, this is what life could be.
Yeah.
When you just do what you're supposed to do and you're being responsible and making good decisions.
Yeah.
Like this is how I want things to be.
Did that come up or it never?
No, that's what I said.
You did say that.
This is part of the
Okay.
conversation. Yeah, but man, it just brings me back. Like being a parent really blows because the older they get, they say the bigger the kid, the bigger the problems, right?
Right.
Because they become more serious issues
Yeah.
or more complicated things other than somebody took my toy and I was
Yeah.
playing with it first
Yeah.
and oh boy, like but when they get
Yeah.
older, it's
Just
more.
gets
So
worse and worse.
there was thing. And so I figure, and this goes back to another cheer that I have. I figure that there's enough hard things that you have to deal with in life that I don't want to make things any more difficult than they need to be. And I've told this before, I'm a man of convenience. So I've been thinking about something for a while, and I made an executive decision over the weekend. I already started acting on it, and I don't know who this person is going to be yet, but I have decided that I'm going to be hiring another person for the show.
Oh.
Somebody on my own payroll, somebody who I hire and pay on my own. They're not going to be an iHeart employee, but this person is going to do all that garbage that I get here at 1:30 in the morning for.
Nice.
Nice.
That I'm here 2.5, 3 hours before everybody else. Well, not everybody, Sammy, but I'm here 2.5, 3 hours before anybody who's not a producer on the show arrives. And people come in, like they grab their coffee, and I hear the people talking to other people, and I go, "Why am I here 3 hours?" Right?
Good question.
And so, because you know what?
Needs to be done.
It's how things get done, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, I decided enough of that. I'm going to hire somebody to do that.
That's
Okay.
great.
Sweet.
So that I can come in closer, not maybe exactly when everybody else is getting, but like, maybe 2 hours later than what I've been getting in.
That would be a game changer, wouldn't it?
Life is difficult enough in
It
other
is.
ways. And quite frankly, I think my time can be better used in other ways.
That's great.
And also, hopefully, you'll change your perspective because you would say, "Oh, what difference is 1 hour?" It's a huge difference.
Yeah.
Huge difference.
I said that based on the fact that I was getting 1 extra hour and then I went back to getting 1 less hour and I didn't notice much of a difference because
But
it's
2 hours.
life-changing.
Yeah.
2 hours
You'll
can be
notice. That'll make
2
a
hours
difference.
can be big.
That's
2 hours
great.
can be big.
That's
so
awesome.
that's a cheer.
Good for
Nice.
you.
Nice.
So I have some people in mind. It's not a full-time position. It's just like for a small handful of hours in the morning. They'll be gone by this point in the day, and then that'll be it.
Wow.
All right, good.
Easy.
That's
Sweet.
good.
Yeah. So
Cool.
that'll leave so much more time for activities.
activities.
Yeah. Coffee, chit chat.
877-44
Good
Woody
morning.
is the phone number. Get ready to call, and I'm going to give you. I don't know how we want to do this. Do we want to do it this way? We're giving away a Nintendo Switch 2.
Hell yeah.
Sweet.
Some people want those.
It's been impossible to get. Menace said he went by a Target.
Oh my God!
There was a display at Target set up.
It looked like a tornado ran through it or a
Yeah.
tsunami. It
Yeah.
was just destroyed.
And I don't know if you've seen the videos online of the people
Yeah.
who are camping out. They're waiting out
Oh,
trying to
yeah.
buy this Nintendo Switch 2. It's such a hot item. I went on and I bought one. I got my hands. I overpaid for it, but it's to give it away on the air because I know how much some people listening to the show really want one. And so we're going to give you a chance to win one. And we're quite frankly baiting you to listen. That's how this works, right? That's how this
Yeah.
little game
Yeah.
works. So
Tit for
the
tat.
impossible to get item can be yours if you have the correct answer for impossible trivia.
Ooh.
I will give you an impossible trivia question. You have to be the first person with the correct answer. And if you can do that, you're going to be the winner.
I love it.
Woody Show.
All right, so I'm going to give you the impossible trivia question. First person with the right answer is going to win a very much in demand, almost impossible to get Nintendo Switch 2 console.
Oh,
Nice.
That's right.
Hell yes.
I've secured one for you, the Woody Show listener. And each day this week, you've got a chance to win one. The question today, impossible trivia question. First person to the right answer, 877-44-WOODY. According to a recent poll, 8% of people admit they've done this gross thing in a public pool.
Oh.
What is it? 877-44-WOODY. That's 877-44-WOODY. We already have some people on the phones all lined up. We did that during the break because I think it's going to take at least a few
Okay.
okay.
to get through it. It is called impossible trivia. I'm looking
Yes.
for a specific answer here. According to a recent poll, 8% of people admit they've done this gross thing in a public pool. What is it? Let's say hi to Shad. Hey, good morning, Shad.
Shad.
Chad.
Morning.
Morning. All right, so what is your
Well,
guess?
Got to try to go with the obvious and pee.
Is the answer pee in the pool? No.
Nah.
That would
It
be
is,
100%.
it is not pee.
Probably.
Let's go to Brady. Good morning, Brady.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Hey.
All right, so somebody already guessed pee. It is not pee, but according to a recent poll, 8% of people admit they've done this gross thing in a public pool. What is it?
I'm going to go with blowing your nose.
Blowing your nose.
Blowing your nose into the water.
Snot rocket.
Snot rocket in the water.
That's always fun.
That is correct.
Oh, no way.
Oh.
Not as impossible as I thought.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And I think it's way higher than 8%.
I thought it was going to
Probably.
be Joe.
Well, again, this is
I thought it was
according
going to be
to
sex.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. Something sexual.
This poll. 8% of people admit they've done this gross thing in a public pool.
Oh, God.
And it is blown their nose into the water.
Oh, sick.
I mean, what are you supposed to do?
I mean,
You've done it, Greg.
I think I have in high school when I was on the swim team.
That's the last time.
Why
Not in
would
your
I do
own
that
pool?
now? No. No,
Really?
In
because
your own pool?
there's this thing called legs. You can walk out of the pool to
Legs.
pee,
Go
to
inside.
blow
Write
your
that down.
nose,
Get a tissue.
to do
Yeah,
whatever,
right.
to grab a towel.
Yeah.
No, I don't do that in my own pool. Maybe in your pool.
I've done it in my own pool.
No, I haven't done it in mine.
I've done
It's
it in...
disgusting. That
Yeah.
stuff floats around. It's gross.
Oh,
it's in the
God.
chlorine.
That's
You know what,
gross.
dude? Yeah, you know what else that chlorine can knock out? It's all good.
Duty.
No, but you
Yeah.
see it floating around.
Yeah, not worried about that.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I'm more grossed out by the idea of like somebody peeing in a pool than I am about somebody
Really?
blowing a
Because
nose in a pool.
I'm with Greg
I
because
think
I
this
wouldn't
is
want to.
grosser.
I wouldn't want to see it floating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gives me thick throat just thinking
And
about it.
pee, it's 1 part per billion, basically.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
peeing's
anyway,
way grosser.
Brady, congratulations. You are the winner here on Impossible Trivia.
Amazing.
Second call in.
Thank you.
Impressive.
All right. Well, Brady, hang on 1 second. We will get all of your information. You won yourself the brand new Nintendo Switch 2.
Nice.
And we've got another one that you can win tomorrow morning here on The Woody Show. They've been popping up. Like somebody said that they're Best Buy. They were out over the weekend. They had a few of them sitting there.
Oh,
Ooh,
really?
Maybe they had some backstock that they put
Yeah.
out.
I don't know. Hey, an update here. Ed the zebra was captured yesterday.
Ed.
He's that pet zebra that went missing near Nashville last week.
Yeah, and he was out on the loose.
The
everywhere.
sheriff's department posted a video of a helicopter airlifting him to a horse trailer that was waiting to take him home.
Yeah,
So-
he looks like being swaddled like a
look how
little
cute.
baby. I know.
Yeah.
He's in a little
They picked him up in
bundle.
a helicopter.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Poor Ed.
Meanwhile, in
Ed.
other zoo news,
Oh yeah.
Hey,
a zoo in Wisconsin has an update about an otter named Louie that escaped in March. He's been spotted a few times, and it seems like he's doing fine out on his own. The zoo announced that he's made the decision to be a wild otter, so they've called off the search. He's free.
Yeah, you're an
Really?
otter. You can go.
But where's
We
he
don't
living?
need you.
I don't know. I mean,
You think after zoo life, they wouldn't be able to handle themselves?
well, you know what? That's a decision you know
Yeah.
what?
Yeah,
They-
I mean, it's his choice.
you can only offer.
Yeah.
Hey,
His-
you can
his
live
body,
here.
his choice, right?
Yeah, we can take care of you, health care, food.
Yeah.
You get all this attention from adoring fans that come
Oh,
and see
people
the
think you're
otters.
the
But what he
cutest
yearns
thing.
for is freedom.
Yeah. And so if you happen to just get eaten alive in the wild, well,
That's on you.
That's
I
what
guess
you wanted.
that is on you, Mr. Otter.
It's the circle of life.
Yeah, and in Wisconsin, otters, what kind of environment do they live in? I know water. Don't tell
Wet.
me
Yeah.
water. Yeah, I know that. But say, like, do they need, because Wisconsin, I mean, they obviously, lakes and things like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, the
Right.
big lakes, right?
Yeah.
But the lakes will freeze, won't they?
I would
Oh,
think.
yeah.
Absolutely.
They would.
Of course
yeah.
they do. Like, can
He might be running into some trouble down the road.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, at some point, like now, it's fine.
And that's a winter problem.
Right.
I think of them as more ocean animals instead of lake animals.
Well, it says thick fur and a lot of body fat keep them warm even in icy water.
I
So he might make it.
But if it freezes over,
yeah, then you're just walking around.
You ever see the alligators? What happens when the water freezes over? What they do?
don't they go frozen with their little noses up?
Yes, they're smart enough that they keep their nose just above the surface. They're below the surface of the ice,
I'm frozen.
but their nose is sticking up above the surface, and it freezes all around them.
Yeah.
The videos are wild.
It's
It's
just like-
cool.
and they
Yeah.
live
Alligator
like that for how
snout?
Yeah.
long?
And they're fine because they're cold blooded and everything
Yeah.
else. So they're just chilling under the ice. They're not going anywhere. Their body goes into some kind of like not a
Hibernation.
hibernation, but like
but like a sleep mode almost
yeah,
or
it's like
something?
yeah, they're
'Cause
like
that'd be
in
so claustrophobic.
they're like in power saving mode.
yeah.
It's pretty weird. Like somebody, there's a bunch of videos you can see. But
Yeah.
there's one guy I saw with the video. He's like, nope. They're usually explaining the whole thing about how they're perfectly fine, and what'll happen is they'll just wait until it breaks up around them, and then they just go about gatoring.
Yeah, full gator.
Yeah, pretty
now
cool.
I'm going to see all the gator videos on Instagram again.
All right, weekend cheers and jeers, and we'll start with you, Seabass.
Well, cheers to medical science, especially.
You got your hair back?
Well, it's always been here.
Good. Show hands.
And let's not quick detour. Let's not forget that when Sammy was new here, this whole balderdash was brought up, and she ran her fingers through my hair because she wasn't prejudiced at that time yet. She's like, no, it feels normal, regular.
Right.
It's nothing.
That's what she was in her nice stage, and she would just
Right.
tell me.
Well, see,
now
now
some
that
people
she's-
used to say like, "Oh, you're not fat, Woody."
Now you spoiled her.
Yeah.
But no, I finally went to see a cardiologist after my heart episode, where I went to the emergency room.
Mm-hmm.
They did the whole EKG, ECG, where they basically sonogram your heart. With
An EKG what?
EKG and an EC.
An
EC.
Yeah.
Where they take the wand with the gel and
They put you on anxiety meds because your heart is perfectly fine, and you just worried yourself. Been there.
But see, that's the thing is, I'm not worried, and
I wasn't either.
I woke up in the middle of the night for no reason, and my heart's going 140.
Yep. Subconscious anxiety. It's
having a panic attack.
I'm sorry. It's the weirdest thing because like there is nothing going on in your life where you're outwardly or consciously stressed about anything, but for whatever reason you have these things, and then when you notice your heart's going like that, that makes you anxious.
Yeah.
But I don't have these things. It's a one-off thing.
Okay.
So then why'd you go to the cardiologist?
To make sure it wasn't a one-off thing.
That's the anxiety.
You didn't know.
But my dad had a stent put in several years ago, so it's possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, heart 1,000,000,000% healthy.
Yep.
The heart monitor that I wore for 2 weeks said, he said, this is literally the most boring thing I've ever seen. You haven't missed a beat or added a
Did
beat.
that.
Yeah, what a boring heartbeat.
Remember when I did that? Remember
Oh,
when I
of
had to wear that
course.
stupid
Yeah, you
thing?
wore that monitor for
So dumb.
So they think it's just sleep related. So that's again, I got to retire. There's a theory that like you only because I talked to the sleep nurse about this, and she said, yeah, I used to work mornings, and it killed me. She said there's certain people that it's like much like wrestling, Bort.
Yeah.
Or they say
it wears on you.
Well, they say like you can take, let's say, 10,000 bumps, so they call them in wrestling, falling on the mat or whatever. And after a while, you're just done, and that's it. And
Yeah,
I think
you can't do anymore.
I may have had 20 years of early mornings, and that's just it. So we'll see. But jeers to the Luddites out there, Menace. You know that word, right? People who are on the wrong side of history, on the wrong side of technology. I was in a wonderful Waymo driverless car, which I've said before are fantastic. And there's 2 or 3 Waymos, and I see there's a little bit of a snag. We're on a side street, and there's 2 lanes of parking on the street, and it's a little snaggy up front. I see the guy in front of me, in a Prius, by the way, gets out and starts beating on the Waymo.
Oh my god!
It's stuck a couple of cars ahead, and the Waymo. It's very funny because they have a little thing on top that shows like what your name is, and a little display.
Yeah,
a little like yellow triangle. Alert! Alert! Alert!
The hell!
I am being attacked.
Wow.
This is what makes me sad about society.
Exactly.
Just
This little monkey, this little puss is just like kicking on the Waymo because it's stuck because there's someone in front of it.
Chitty Gras, what were you saying about like Pixar movies have changed you?
I blame Disney and all of its wonderful offerings because
Wall-E.
all these inanimate objects with feelings. Now I'm like, don't hurt the baby Waymo. It doesn't know any better.
That's what I was thinking.
Baby.
Help me, human attack!
Exactly.
But
So funny.
I feel so bad.
it makes me depressed because I'm like, here we are trying to make society better.
Right.
Or like,
Wait, the driverless cars will save thousands of lives per year. That is indisputable.
But then we just have moron idiots.
It's because
that
people
just want
suck.
it.
Yeah.
And this guy was in a Prius, which, by the way, had not 1 but 2 Bernie Sanders stickers on it, and he's out here violencing.
And he's a puss
jeez.
because he would never do that to a car with a driver in it.
Well, exactly. Yeah. If it was some cab driver that was lost or an Uber driver that was lost, he would never get out
No.
and wail on that because
No.
he's a little weasel and a little wiener. So yeah, jeers to you, sir, and all you people who rail against technology that's just trying to save your lives. Jerks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gina Grad, weekend cheers and jeers.
Well, cheers to tactical Nerf war birthday parties because I took the kid to one yesterday and it ruled. These are like the thing now. All the little boys have these birthday parties. It's like camo and tents and like places to hide and like Nerf stuff and like
We were doing that around the office a couple years
Yeah.
ago.
We were
Oh.
addicted to
Like
that.
Menace and
We still have
Bort
one.
and Randy. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
look, Bort's
Oh,
still
there's
got one.
there's a
There's
gun.
one right there.
And like it
They
left
bought
a
like
couple of welts.
5 of these guns.
I know. And
Oh.
then people started complaining.
No, the kids get all their aggression out. It's awesome. There was smoke bombs. There was
Oh, wow.
music, like
Badass.
rock music. It
Hell
ruled.
yes.
And then at the very end, they're like, all right, who wants to do parents against kids? We sprung out of those chairs like they were spring loaded. I picked off so many kids. So fun. Oh, it was awesome.
You actually stay for the kids' parties?
Yeah, I still do.
Oh, you're one of those parents.
Well, right now he's in like that transitioning 9 age.
No,
and
9's
most-
fine for a drop off.
Oh, really?
Oh man, that's the best part.
All the parents stayed.
That's because they feel guilty.
Yeah.
Or they feel obligated in some way.
I
That's
didn't know you could drop off at 9.
Of course.
Do they tell you in advance when you get invited, like, hey, we expect you to stay? Or is
No,
it just
well,
something you play by
actually,
ear?
Play it by ear.
I've gone to ones that say like drop off. We did drop off once because they did not want us there because it was
Right.
a house party. It was too crowded. But otherwise, I think I thought
if
you were
you-
expected to stay.
No, if you have it at a place
I would
that's
think
like
you'd
one of
drop
those
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like now you have
laser
to
tag, bounce
babysit my
house,
kid.
they're there for a party. All the
Okay.
kids are playing. You come back. This is the perfect
I like
opportunity to
that.
get the hell out, go have some lunch.
I would have loved to.
Yeah, like have some quiet, mommy daddy time.
I always just thought it was rude. Like, here's my kid.
No.
Oh, sweet.
No, because when that kid who's having the party, when those parents drop
return the
their
favor.
kid off at the birthday party for your stepson, then they can bounce and it all works out.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right,
and
that'd
everybody
be
gets
much
their
better.
turn.
Yeah.
But this was
and
fun because we got to shoot the kids.
Gina, coincidentally, this has been going on for years, but this upcoming weekend at AT&T Stadium is Jared's epic blaster battle where
What?
everybody like
Oh, Menace wants to do this.
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
He's been talking
Yeah.
this for
Talking
years.
about.
Yeah.
Who's Jared?
Jared is the guy that started these.
Not that Jared.
Yeah, so
Not Subway Jared. He's
but
otherwise
he's
engaged.
doing these Nerf battles at
He's been
like
doing stuff with kids. That
Yeah,
Jared.
He encourages drop off.
You know, he's almost up for parole. The other Jared.
is he?
no
Oh,
way.
Yeah, like
Already?
2029. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that right?
All right, well, I
Yeah,
want to check that out, Menace.
Yeah, this one is way different from what they're talking about.
And
But-
Jeers, have you guys ever heard of auditory hallucinations?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's like when
Okay.
you hear a ghost.
Yeah. Cheers to those. Because I looked it up and okay, I've been having them. I definitely had them last night. And I kept waking up to the sound of really loud birds and like people being like, oh, what is that?
It wasn't there.
My husband completely sound asleep, no noises, and they're like, caw. And I kept waking up. And then I looked it up and I'm like, am I losing my mind? And then I saw maybe when you take melatonin, which I did last night, it can happen. But like, jeers to those. I did not sleep.
So my wife knocked out hard Saturday night because and I thought she had been awake. Usually she's a very early morning person.
Yeah.
She gets up and has coffee and quiet time for the kids and everybody else gets going. Anyway, it was like 11:30 in the morning. She's still in bed, knocked out.
Oh God.
Really?
I walk
You
in
nervous?
to get
He's
to get
dead?
dressed and go about my day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, she's still in bed. She had taken progesterone
Progesterone?
and NyQuil the night before.
Oh,
she takes
wow.
progesterone for something else,
Uh-huh.
right?
Her lady parts.
Can you not take those together?
So we did it. She was, I don't know what happened. I was knocked out. Do you think they had a bad interaction? There is no interaction between the two.
Yeah.
Like it's not dangerous, but they did say to be aware that you shouldn't take them within an hour of each other because it'll
Hype it
knock
up.
your ass out because
Yeah,
they both
and
have
enhance
they both
Yeah.
have a
Can I
sedative.
borrow her progesterone?
Seriously?
Yeah, they,
Sounds
Need
like
that.
they
Drake
both
has
have
a new
a
cocktail.
sedative
Yeah.
Give me some lady hormone.
component to it.
And
Give me
no
a vagina medicine.
and no birds crowed and woke her up that weren't there.
No,
Okay.
nothing woke her up. What is that? I mean, I don't even know. What is that?
I get that too when I'm sleeping. I'll like as I'm about to fall asleep, I will often hear a knock at the door.
Yes. Yeah.
and I've
Same.
trained myself to know that it's not real.
Maybe it's your heart.
Yeah, right.
Knocking. Yeah,
It
I've
sounds like
also heard
a
that.
wooden
Maybe it's
knock
the
on a
Reaper.
door.
Yes. Also that.
Once in a blue moon,
Yeah.
I'll
Don't
hear,
invite them in.
once in a blue moon, I'll hear my name being called out. Like
Okay.
from
So you guys
in the
know
house.
exactly what I'm talking about then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys are weird.
Now you got me wondering. What is progesterone? Like vagina
It's-
stuff?
Yeah, it is. It's to help like regulate
It's a
your
hormone.
cycle and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a hormone.
Yeah.
Is it
like
the opposite of?
no? Because what it's supposed to. I know what it is. Because like maybe too much information. Whatever.
Perimenopause.
We've shared. No, it's like sometimes she'll go like almost 2 straight months with nothing.
Lucky.
Right? But it's not supposed because she went to the doctor, got all the testing done. She is not premenopausal even yet. So
Okay.
Right.
this is like an odd thing, and so she's supposed to take this stuff. That's good.
Yeah,
I,
you
I
take
never
it,
knew
you
what
get
it
a
was
period.
called.
Yeah, when your
Yeah.
hormone levels are low, you take that.
It's
Yeah.
the opposite, quote unquote, of estrogen.
Okay.
Now we know.
All right. So you can get a beard.
I want it.
No,
Yeah,
that's
no, she just-
The
testosterone.
opposite of estrogen.
It just has to do with lining and unlining your uterine wall.
Oh, nice.
Your favorite.
To get it to quote shed, right?
Yeah, right.
So one lines, the other unlines.
Isn't that hot, Greg?
When you shed
Yeah.
your
Shed
You
your
do.
uterine
You shed
lining.
it so hard.
Progesterone maintains your uterine
Yeah,
lining.
it
You want-
makes it thicker.
You want that good mucus, Greg.
And with that, we'll go to Greg for his weekend cheers and jeers.
Oh, women, right?
Oh my God. My cheers is to having the exact weekend I wanted at my little beach getaway, as you all did. But the main cheers is I found a woman who I told you guys about in the past, and I thought it was a one-off when I saw her. An old lady dressed like a homeless person, complete with a weight belt around her waist. And she had who I thought was her adult daughter with her, who had a hairless cat. And I thought,
Did they have like a fake baby or something?
I thought it was a baby. It was a hairless cat.
Oh, that was the cat. Okay.
And I thought, oh, how wonderfully weird they are.
Yeah.
I'll never see them again. I saw her again.
Oh, my God.
It was the old lady wearing a sundress, a weight belt, and she was walking the hairless cat on a leash while it wore a sweater. I was and I found out where she lives, so now I can.
What bridge does she live
I can
under?
find her more frequently.
Does she live in a regular house?
It's like an apartment building.
This sounds like
my
a Grey
God.
Garden sort of situation where it's just an old hoarder lady who's just a weird,
Wonderfully
developed-
weird, bizarre woman.
So the cat was actually walking with her. She wasn't carrying it.
It was on a leash and it was wearing a sweater.
Not all weird people have cats, but all people who are weird have a cat.
Yeah.
Like,
Especially
Not
a
all
hairless
people
cat.
with cats are weird, but all
Thank you.
weirdos have
Whenever
cats.
Correct. Thank
I
you,
understood
Gina.
what
Yeah.
you're saying.
That made
Yeah.
sense.
Okay.
That made sense. And then Jeers goes to
I'll see it when I believe it. World War 11.
That's right.
totally.
Octopuses everywhere.
My Jeers is to normally I'm a very live and let live kind of person. The people next door to me were renting the place for the weekend. I don't know what the hell they were doing. I almost asked them. They went in and out of the door 5 times a minute. Just out and then back, out and then back. Door open, slam. Open, slam. You have every right to go in and out as much as you want to the place that you're
You do?
renting. But why? I wanted to ask them, can I just please, for my curiosity, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah, I'd wanna
If you
know.
forgot something in your car, you go out and you get it and you come back. But do you do that 5 times a minute?
Was it like multiple people like puffing a cigarette or something?
It was like a father and a mother and
no.
their grown son and
No.
his 3 young friends in, out. And it ruined my weekend and I left early.
See,
Oh, wow.
Greg, it seems
Couldn't
like
take it.
What about their garbage cans, Greg?
Couldn't take it.
seems like this could have been avoided if you just bought a place that didn't share walls.
I
You
know. How
Yeah.
ghetto.
I mean, can you guys imagine?
Oh, I know.
the horror.
It's
You
a
left
regret.
early, really?
I left Sunday morning and I said, I can't take another day.
Over
of
the
this.
doors?
Menace, it would drive you insane.
Can't you put music
I promise
on?
you. I promise you.
Hope everybody had a great weekend.
But I found Cat Lady.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Rule.
crazy, I swear, Gina Grad, every moment, every day that goes by, you become more and more crazy.
I mean,
Like
I've
your crazy
been
becomes
crazy.
more exposed.
Yeah, I was gonna say
right.
you're realizing
Yeah.
it.
All right, more Woody shows next.
Back in a bit, back in a bit, back in a bit. The Woody Show. Back in a bit.